At independence, Nigeria's political parties had clear interest lines along which they were formed and within which they canvassed for votes from the electorate. No matter how original they were said to be, the political parties were formed based on either regional interests or clear-cut ideologies. The NCNC was a pan-Nigerian party. The NPC was a party that canvassed and protected northern interests, and the Action Group was clearly a Yoruba political party. It was not therefore viable for a member of these parties to defect from his party to another party unless he was ready to canvass the core value of his new party. Today, however, political party belongingness is not based on canvassed or identifiable political ideologies or group interests. Thus, at the formation of today's ruling All Progressives Congress, members of the then ruling People's Democratic Party who desired to capture power for other reasons than those which form the core values of their own party simply jumped ship to aggregate with other power seekers to form the All Progressives Congress. The driving interest was power.
Because in a civilized clan, political ideology pins you to what you believe. If you believe in something, it becomes a faction, a driving force for you to move on, for good or for bad. But unfortunately, in this context, the reverse is the case. So you don't be looking at defection as a problem. Look at the causation of defection, the foundational problem. So the foundational problem is that ahead of 2023, we need to cleanse our political system and make sure that people are locked down in a political party that have ideology, what they believe in.
In this Fourth Republic, former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, canvassed and won election on the values of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA. He, however, dumped those values and joined the All Progressives Congress because he considered the power equation above political party values. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki, former governor of Kwara State, Shaba Lafiagi, former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and former senator from Kogi State, Dino Melaye, have all decamped from their former parties to another party. Just last week, Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, decamped from the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, on whose platform he benefited from a Supreme Court ruling, to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. He joined other decampees like Ben Ayade of Cross River State, Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, and former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniel, who have dumped the parties on which they gained prominence and whose political creed they had canvassed over time. What, however, is the consequence of decamping for the growth of Nigeria's political parties?
Just imagine a situation where governors win an election under Party A, and then the president is in Party B, and somehow they come to like the president, and then all of them, including their legislatures, now decide to join the president. We would have ended up with a one-party state, and that is not envisaged in a democracy.
If political parties and the values and interests they canvass are the foundation of Nigeria's party democracy, do these decampments not constitute a challenge to the growth of democracy in Nigeria?
Local rule that APC did not participate in the election, not just governorship, from House of Assembly, National Assembly, and governorship, all of them, they lost out everything. So everywhere the next party with the highest votes took over, became the winners. And if you look at that judgment, the judgment did not say MATAWALE won the election. It said PDP. That judgment was not a coincidental judgment. It was deliberate. It was deliberate because the Supreme Court understands that during election, our constitution regards votes as voting for the party, not for the candidate. The candidate is the flag bearer for the party. You use the candidate to motivate and inspire people to vote for the party if he's a popular candidate. So all vote cast for a political party is for the party, not the candidate. It is the party that has mandate. Just as the Supreme Court gave this mandate to PDP, that is the same way citizens, their election, gives mandate to a party. So whether it is legally right for the flag bearer of that party to disregard the mandate given to the political party and then take all the rights of that political party unilaterally and hand over to another political party is a serious issue of law. The Supreme Court has resolved that when it comes to parliamentarians. And I do believe it applies also to executive offices, not just parliament, because the Supreme Court talked about election. So MATAWALE's defection is an opportunity for the PDP to challenge that step in court and pursue it right up to the Supreme Court. Because if we don't do that, our politicians will ensure that democracy is undermined.
The Zamfara State incident, which is a major talking point in Nigeria today, seems to raise even legal issues. If PDP produced a government in Zamfara State because the APC fouled the rules and therefore was not countenanced in the 2019 election, what does decampment of Governor MATAWALE of PDP to APC amount to? Does it not amount to undermining the role of the judiciary in adjudicating electoral matters?
Usually when the court decides an issue, the main issue is what is followed, what we call the ratio. The ratio was that the APC candidate was not validly elected, and the reasons were given.
No matter how partisans, lawyers and intellectuals may look at the issue, decampment in Nigeria's democratic order is an indication that power without principles seems to be ruling Nigeria's political space. To recover that space will require a recruitment process that produces men and women who believe in, canvass, stand to protect, and hand over same abiding values to both present and future members of their political parties. That will be the basis of the growth of political party democracy in Nigeria. Anything else will simply amount to power mongering without principle.